Hello, my people. How's it going? I'm Jenni.
KB.
And today we are going to take a look at some behind-the-scenes stuff from the show
Arcane.
And we did previously a reaction to the trailer. When this was first announced, we were really excited. And we're like total geeks for this kind of thing. We both have backgrounds in design. I studied apparel design and you studied
Game design.
Yes, and specifically the art too.
Oh yeah, the art.
Video game art.
Video game art. Yeah, because I love video game art.
Yeah.
So this came out. The first episode came out today, August 4th. So
yeah, like at time of filming.
And it's easy to find. You literally just look up the League of Legends channel on YouTube, and it is their newest video. Yes. And it's Arcane: Bridging the Rift Part 1. Only Dream in Risky.
I'm so excited.
I am too. So we're gonna go ahead and get on with that.
Yeah.
Here we go. I appreciate that they give this little warning right here. Because, you know.
Yeah. Ooh, already it goes right into it.
It's like Riot Games.
Yay.
That's right. Okay, let's see. When you're going to change the world, don't ask for permission. Arcane Season 1, Episode 2.
You said that, don't you?
Go ahead.
Victor.
Yep.
Yes.
He did say that.
Yeah.
I like how they put the quote, too. I really am wondering, like, what this episode is going to entail.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be a 3-part series. Oh, what is this?
Is that Jinx holding fish bones? It looks like it.
The thing is that you
I think so. It looks like it. Because there you go. You got, like, this hairstyle right here. An eye, fish bones. You got some cool-looking, like, scenes going on here. It looks very Jinx-like. Okay.
Let's see.
These characters over and over and over.
Oh, there's Vi.
In some cases, thousands of hours.
Wow, it is.
These characters.
It took me a second to realize. Look at their keyboards.
I mean, you're a game company. You gotta have the LED like keyboards.
Fair enough.
I like how they're all in sync with each other too.
We always like kind of bicker because you like all this stuff, the LED lights and LED. I can talk, I promise. And I'm like, you know, and I'm trying to go to sleep at night. I'm like, what's that light?
Or like, even if we're not asleep, if there's like a little white flicker of the laptop of your laptop light, you just need to have that light turned away.
Yeah, I'm very sensitive to lights.
That's true. I've got my
like
LED keyboard. I've got LED speakers. Obviously, this is LED lights.
Yeah.
I just love that.
That's just funny that they have that.
Around in the jungler right now. Where are you playing?
I like his tattoos, off topic.
Yeah.
Because he's heavy metal. They're always in this one.
Oh, they're playing?
They're playing a league.
Nice.
And you start to wonder, like, where do they sleep?
Oh, interesting.
There's Echo.
So,
What do they eat?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, so here's the thing. When you are creating a character, like, even when I create a character, I want to know, like, what their story is. You know, even if they're not going to become something, or they may become something, like, what do they eat? What do they sleep? What do they like? What do they don't like? Because you're making a relationship between the creator and the character.
That makes sense, for sure.
Yeah, so I can definitely relate to this.
What is their normal life like?
Yeah. Oh,
so they're, like, coming up with all this themselves?
Yeah.
Okay. So this sounds like this is where the concept started.
The concept is like one of the most beautiful parts because it's when you're starting to develop the character and then you're starting to see how can I get this character likable. And even villains, if you can make someone despise your character for being an asshole or whatever, you've done your job as a character creator.
Fair.
Or like if something happens to that character and you feel that connection with them, like, oh my god, they got hurt, you're like, oh, that's so upsetting, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's very important to have that.
You know,
And also
Look
relatable.
at Jinx there.
I know, look at her.
Being so wild.
And here's the interesting thing about Jinx is like there just was Jinx in League of Legends. There was no powder, right? So they took a character that was completely crazy, and they made powder.
Yeah,
It's really interesting how they did this.
They gave her like an in-depth
Arcane was
backstory.
the very first deep story expression of League of Legends.
Showrunner, creator,
Enough
writer.
video games where
Wow.
the audience
So he did
asks
a
for
lot.
a movie or a show for years and years and years, and then they make it, and then it sucks. And then guess what? People stop asking.
That's true.
We were
Look at
afraid of
this.
that. We were like, if we make something that isn't at least good, then we're really, really harming the League IP.
Yeah.
And then they did this. Like you see Jinx and you're like, alright, you get it.
And they had said when they had made Jinx, they wanted to make a show revolving around
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it was a while ago they said this, but yeah.
I love the way the
this is concept gold right here.
This is your favorite.
You have like the storyboard. You have all the different colors. Look at all these sheets right here.
Yeah.
All these different things going on. When you are coming up with an idea, it's kind of like when you have those. I can't think of those chats. Those brain. Oh gosh, brain something chats. Brainstorming chats. And you have like all of the letters and all the little bubbles everywhere. But this is like when you have that and you put it to the next level. When you draw it out. When you start creating like characters for it. You know, it's so cool.
Right now, obviously, you know the phase. Trying to wrap up season 1. This is Echo was without hair. Just without hair.
Wow.
Right,
Oh, is that Maya? Oh my gosh, it's Maya.
So you've worked on Maya.
Yeah, I have worked on Maya. And the interesting thing about Maya is that you can definitely do organic models such as Echo, but it's much better for smooth buildings, like non-organic. So it's awesome that they're taking this. And I can't help but wonder if they took this, say ZBrush, which is a good program for making organic life characters and stuff like that, and putting it into Maya and remapping it.
Okay.
You know, there you go.
She will be the worst kept secret of the show. Everyone will know it's Echo when they see him with the mask on. I mean, you think? Yeah.
Oh yeah, people would know because he's got his scarf.
And they already, this character, let's say that
if they know Echo.
If they know League of Legends.
It's like we hadn't watched it.
No, but I had a feeling because we hadn't seen him.
Shattered Time. I mean, that's right.
After seeing like young Echo, you mean? Then when he's older.
Hard surface model, that's what I thought of for mine, not smooth.
I remember you showed me.
Oh my gosh! Sorry about it. Funny, baby. There's Jinx!
Yay!
What is that? Something dialogue. I don't know what that says right there. Maybe it says
I think it's sexy.
I think it says sexy too.
Is that dialogue?
Maybe not. Sexy something. Drool?
I think it says sexy drool.
Oh my gosh, guys. Hey, this head is not connected.
Oh my god.
And then here, look at this. You got this more like thought out, planned out. I don't even know what this is, but this is really cool looking.
That we built like a special rig on Jinx. You can kind of control going her face from going
Wait,
more
mask?
childish to like you have that somewhere to pull up?
Yes. So when we
Okay.
the first rig of
You can see the height chat.
Yeah,
Caitlin is taller than Vi.
There you go.
To what she was as a kid. Rounder face, bigger eyes,
Oh, interesting.
sadder look.
Oh yeah, the animation,
That's so
Didn't want
expression
the
animation.
typical like crazy girl laughing around like the Joker, just making no sense. We really wanted to make
Man, look at their parents. I wonder if we'll get to know more about the parents.
no sense. We really wanted to.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, probably
I
not.
know you want to.
I like that backstory. And there's the dad that has the same hair color as Vi. DACA
Maybe
hair.
it looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, and then you got this more.
I wonder if he's the one that she got her
make her
hairstyle
feel,
from.
like,
Could be.
Under that hat, maybe he
emotionally
has those
affected
like
by
Maybe.
what she
wild
went through
tresses.
as a kid.
Oh.
I think we were a little bit worried about, when we get to the adult Jinx.
Is that
we
how
just
our
lose
stuff
that,
got
like,
all separated?
I don't know.
Our cat is like playing around and stuff.
Beautiful little soul.
Look
like,
at
just
all of
trying
this
to prove
animation.
To her older sister,
This
like,
rig.
hey, like I can do this, like believe in me.
Gosh.
They put so much intention behind
I think
everything.
They
We should
do.
never work on a project that doesn't offer us something personal to explore.
Ha!
I think
Yeah,
for the
that
story that we
we-
have, it's a story about
Fangirls
family,
over, like,
sadness,
Vi on a
Everything.
have a
screen.
hard time forgiving each other.
There you go.
Seeing
There's some
world
really
of
rough storyboarding right
technology
there.
kind of taking over and us feeling like we're losing control over it. I think that those are just things that we as people.
Oh, there you go. Hi, chat. You got Vander, who's
Yay!
really tall.
Yeah, he's taller than Jace.
Yeah, he is. And Jace is pretty tall, too, because Jace's taller than Caitlyn.
Yeah,
You
just
got
by a
Vi
little bit.
and Silco are the same height.
Interesting.
And you got Jace, Victor, Caitlyn. Is that...
Is that her mom?
I think that's Cassandra.
I think
And then
so.
people we don't know. Rin, are you doing okay there, buddy?
And Caitlyn.
And Caitlyn.
think about and care about. I think we want to also ask some questions that we think should
Oh,
be
there you
asked.
go,
without
turnarounds
necessarily
with the
giving
face,
you
with
the answer,
the
but at least
profile.
asking like, hey,
Milo.
does a person, like Jinx deserve a second chance?
It's an interesting question.
It is.
Can a monster ever be forgiven?
Mm.
I don't know.
Let's explore.
If you can
Yeah.
figure out like what is something that if you love it, a lot of people would love it. That's where you really should go hard. And I think that's what we tried with Arcane. we'll see. But
Yeah.
I think it has potential.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, so many League people, we've said this before, and I'll say this again, I'm sure I will. So many people from League that played League, so many people from video game adaptations thought this was going to fail so bad.
Oh, geez.
Because most video game adaptations don't do well. Even the creators can get involved and they still may not do so well. But Riot took so long, but this is their baby, right?
Yeah.
You know, they took
gave
so long to
it
do it
its
because
due
they
attention.
wanted to. It took them as long, but the result is because of it, you know, this wonderful masterpiece of a show.
Right.
And they're like, well, it won't take 6 years for the next, but that's good to know.
I even didn't expect to like it when we first watched it.
I know you were very apprehensive because
was
it was from like a
apprehensive.
game, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah.
And I'm not generally a gamer.
You're not, but like it took little time to get you into it because you said to me, you can watch the first episode, and if I'm not into it, you can just watch it, completely binge it, and then we just binge it together.
We binge it together. Yeah. Ooh, love the lettering.
Yeah, bridging the
Yeah.
Part
Yes,
1.
the
I only
bunny!
dream in risky.
Ooh.
Los Angeles. They have.
How you doing, bud?
A lizard?
It looks like
Skinks.
it.
What kind of lizard?
I've had them for
I don't
23
know.
years.
It's okay, babes.
now. I got them when
By the
I was
way, like-
15 and definitely.
Just a side note, we live in Florida, and sometimes lizards get inside.
Yeah, just
So-
like a little while ago.
If you hear me scream, one of them came close to me. There's one that got in our room.
Yeah, it's
basically, that
gone
we're in
right now. It like freaked out.
Yeah.
I brought the cats in, and then it saw me, and it was like,
Yeah, I was like, let the cats in.
Definitely old enough to make that kind of commitment. No.
Creator and writer.
The thing when you work on story is that, just generally speaking, it never stops. I
That's
feel like
true.
I just have voices in my head that argue a lot.
See it.
And
You're like in the
every now and
shower,
again,
you're like
something
thinking of
they
your
say
best
makes
ideas.
sense, and then you write
and
it
the thing
down.
too is like not only thinking about ideas, but if you're using these kind of programs, like I know when I was using Maya, I literally dreamed about Maya, and when I was like out in the world, I would be like, oh, my brain would start breaking down. How do you make that stop sign? How do you make these lights? How do you make all these things? And I was like, I need a break from Maya.
I did that too when I was learning CAD. And so I was on CAD
start
like
breaking
all
them.
the time. And so, well, I wasn't breaking stuff down like that. I'm sure I could have, but
How do you make this microphone?
because it's different because I did apparel design.
Yeah.
But actually, apparel design has a lot in common with architecture.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's pieces.
So, but I had a dream that was just like all me like creating patterns in CAD.
Yeah, like you work so much with this stuff, and you're dreaming it, you're living it, you're sleeping it, you're like eating with it because you just can't get your mind out of it, which is good. And sometimes it's like, I need a break.
Yeah.
And that's basically that's how the characters happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
These are obviously League of Legends characters mostly. I was original creative on
Geeks out.
like Riven
Yeah.
up there and Ari and let's see, Wukong, Nautilus, Lee Sin, and then there's just I don't know, that guy I thought was cool.
Oh, he's got a stand
So
desk.
I did
That's
go
cool.
to school for writing. You know, I went out to LA. One of the things that I stumbled upon was a truly bare bones, desperate sounding Craigslist post for a video game startup.
Interesting.
That's so
My
cool.
first and consistent reaction to that was this company has no chance.
Oh shit.
A lot of video game companies like can start like that. You know, very
Yeah.
small, very niche, and
I
either
could
they
see-
sink or they swim.
Oh, okay.
Because if you think about it, if you put your resources to a game, and it does, the thing that drives me nuts is people complain. I'm gonna go a tangent for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
People go nuts when a game is coming out. They're all excited about it. When that game doesn't fall to their specific criteria, it's terrible, right? And I'm like, there's so
like
much.
maybe like one thing about it.
Yeah, there's like so much that goes into the gaming pipeline, creating a game that people just don't realize. You have characters, but you also have, you have soundtracks, you have voice acting, there's voice acting, you have like the story building, you have assets, you have all these things that go into this game. And if you put a good amount of your money into this game, that's why you see a lot of Kickstarters for some of these games that you're just not sure if they're going to do well or not.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, all that money's gone. And that can make or break a game company. Even the massive, like, Blizzard, any really EA, these well-known gaming companies can crash. There was Cardabine, which was an amazing game company, and they tailored a game just what people wanted them to do, crashed and burned.
Wow.
I love the
weird.
hell out of it.
Wow.
But unfortunately, it didn't in everything. Because people, oh, it's too hard because people want everything handed to them now. It's no longer like back in the day where you would like come with your guild or people and you would just work together to get the end goal to get this gear. They just want stuff handed to them. And for me to like, Wildstyle was the name of the game. It was such an amazing game. Maybe it was too early for its time, but it really was amazing. And so while people will make reviews over the smallest things and review bomb, that hurts game companies, right? And that's really annoys me. Game companies don't have to prove anything, you know, to these streamers, these content creators, because they don't. But they cater them, and sometimes they also fall short on the mark. So when he's saying, like, you know, this startup company, it's either going to make it or break it in the game industry, because there's just, like, so many like it, or maybe the ideas are just too complex, or people are just kind of like, oh, this wasn't the game I thought it was going to be. I'm like, sorry, Sunshine, they didn't tailor the game just for you. And I always tell people that complain about it, what are you going to do to change it? You complain. What are your ideas to fix it? Nothing. So it's, like, annoying when people complain about it, but he's not wrong.
Okay.
I started playing in the beta.
2009.
Oh yeah, the job offering to work in customer support at Riot on Craigslist.
Oh, wow, Craigslist.
Which led me to be interviewed by
Customer
Alex.
support. Wow.
For the record.
That's so interesting.
I think League was just really fun because it felt like there was kind of like the fingerprint of the people who made the game was so palpable when you played it, because the characters were so quirky, they were so different. You could just kind of tell people were just enjoying making these characters.
Early champ concept meetings were so fun. We only had the one conference room, and it would just be everyone at the company who liked that, who was enthusiastic about it, just comes in, and you'd show up with something, right? You'd be like, here's this sweet art that I found, or here's this idea that I just jotted down. How do we turn that into a champion?
Yeah.
I
Wow.
think the reason that we focused on Jinx was because, I don't know, Jinx just always had this spirit at the company. Katie D'Souza did this. It wasn't a sketch, it was like a full concept of what she called Psycho Arsenal.
Mr. QQ.
It was not so different, honestly, from what Jinx looks like right now. You know, the long pigtails and just kind of like guns all over the place. I mean, everyone just fell in love with it immediately.
Aww. She has so much hope in her eyes.
Jinx were characters that Alex and I always really liked.
Bravo, sis.
Oh. Here's
Working them
Vi.
together on, you know, the different kind of teams. Alex was working like the characters themselves, like their creative, their voiceover lines with you know, other writers.
She's such a loser, always ready to cry.
And I worked on the music and then the cinematic on Jinx.
Oh, and M audio.
So on the,
Nice keyboard.
I want to try something fun right now. So fun should have some kind of spike up, you know, like the screechy.
Okay.
That's the OG voice actor of Jinx?
Oh,
damn! Oh, dude.
Okay.
And you know, when Chris
I'm so excited. I'm having so many feelings right now.
It's amazing!
Yeah.
That's so freaking cool! Is that which one's whose?
The water?
Water.
This one's yours.
Okay, cool.
Water break.
That is so freaking cool!
Yeah.
Like, seeing, like, just want to try this, and then that song happened. This is crazy.
Oh, wow.
That was, you know, the most storytelling I think we'd seen in a video at that point.
Arcane started when Alex and I sat down together and were thinking what the devil we should be doing next.
Riot in general kind of struggled to put out like long-form narrative content. Our goal was to have deeper storytelling, right? To not just do video game action.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I think action's
Or
more
as
exciting.
we at the
when
company
has
tend to
the
call it
backstory.
fight porn.
Absolutely.
I don't know if we call it that anymore, but that's what it always was.
I just always had this sense of obligation to the players. You know, it just felt like we created these characters, and the players answered us by spending so much time with them and loving them, and it just felt like they deserved to have better stories.
Whenever Jinx
I was like, yeah,
kills
because like
someone,
the
she
character
actually
stretched
gets
out like that. I'm like,
up.
you're like so cool.
Basically, the promise is
It
like
would be nice to find some kind of thread, some sort of like emotional question thread.
Can you
just kinda
imagine
talking,
like that's your
you know,
job?
Like, man, how
It's just like hanging out with people who are passionate about the same things as you.
Yeah, that's what's the beautiful thing about concept.
Yeah.
You bring all the like minds together, maybe
And
not
they
all
just,
like minded, and they just like
create things
spitball
like
ideas,
this.
and they create something like this. This is why I love the planning stages of developing stuff, because it's just so exciting. You get really deep into it, and eventually you want to get whatever it is out.
Yeah.
But there's just so many cool. And the thing that started Jinx was this. Where the girl just created a sketch. Of this character, and it just
so neat.
What's so beautiful, the thing about video games too is that it is a form of art. And it's come a long way since like the 8-bit, 16-bit characters that, you know, like old Legend of Zelda and stuff like that, and to see like how far they've come, it's just it's crazy, and there's so much that goes into it.
How fun it would be.
Because you get to see Echo's like power.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
We're gonna have to do a reaction.
Oh, definitely.
Too.
Always thought.
Speaking of Echo, there's actually, I think it's coming out in the fall, there's going to be a game with Echo.
Really?
Yeah, it's like not. It's gonna be an adventure game, so it's not like League of Legends, but it's actually like a story-based game with Echo. So we have to check it out.
So cool.
If there's any superpower that we had in the beginning to make Arcane a thing, it was whether or not we could really unleash the potential of Fortiche.
Fortiche is amazing.
Yeah, and you know they said that they had that quote of him saying that when we watch a trailer, and I was like, that's what makes a good leader, is seeing the potential in others and unlocking it.
Absolutely.
Petty. We both said it at the same time. Dude, apparently we both sigh at the same time, too.
Yeah.
My sister's friend was like, did you know you both sigh at the same time? I was like, oh, I guess so.
Aw. What?
Whoa.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Just rollerblade into the office.
Right?
Le problème, c'est de finir après avec un shot final où t'as Rennie qui serait beaucoup trop à gauche et qui serait beaucoup trop à droite.
Oh, they have HyperX headset. Nice.
The Buddha. He's the yes man of the company. He's saying yes to everything. That's a good idea. Yes, it is. Can I do it? Yes, you can.
Yes. The Buddha says yes.
Mix of 2D and 3D.
Wow.
That was one of the first things
Because
that we
the 2D
noticed about the show when we first watched it. We
Oh,
were
the
like,
mix is 2D and 3D?
is this 2D or 3D?
I know.
It's both?
It's both,
Like,
and they
really?
do it in such a way that it's just so unique and beautiful, and I just love how it works so well together.
Yeah.
Because 3D art and 2D art are both very, very different, and when you can make them come together like this show Arcane did, it's like, wow. Like, a lot of people could do stuff with this. You know, 2D is not just dead in the water like some people think.
Graphics are done in
Fortiche
12
that
image by second, then and the animation it's 24 like all the movie. So you have a mix of style, geek with dirty.
Jerome.
Yes.
The founder of Fortiche.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. That's hand freaking painted with digital art.
Wow.
C'est plus organique.
Wow.
How do you texturize something to look like a painting?
We paint.
Yeah, you paint. You freaking paint, girl. You paint.
Wow.
Gosh, look at this. Shoot, dude. Like, gosh.
So let's say you have like a character smoking a cigarette. Instead of having like a 3D smoke being simulated by 3D tools, it's actually 2D drawn.
Yes.
Like frame. And it gets this almost cartoony effect.
Yeah, even when he was smoking, I was like, it's 2D. This isn't 3D smoke. It's so cool. They just they merge the two art styles just so beautifully.
Aww. Wow.
In fact, I start to do this 2D mix and 3D since 20 years with music video.
On est en train de maltraiter.
Oh.
It's a new way to do animation. It's not anime.
Cute.
For CG, it's a mix of
Oh, there's a cat.
Wow. That looks so cool.
Doesn't it though? And then the roof.
It's an interview right now. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not in the good mood.
I met Arnaud in a party.
At a party.
Arnaud was doing fun, cool music video with no money.
Je faisais de l'animation, mais c'était tout le temps un peu expérimental.
Oh.
En mix média, en stop motion, mais souvent avec une grosse partie quand même live action.
Cheers.
There they are, all hanging out together.
How's what?
Maybe another day.
A little bit drunk, maybe it's gonna be easier.
I met Pascal. He was the best guy for doing character in Paris.
Wow.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, my dream was to make comic books or work on, for Marvel and stuff like that.
Okay,
I like
you're not far
characters.
off.
I like how you can bring personality and bring story.
Yay.
I think back then I just found these tests that they would do where you go like, man, like this looks different. This doesn't look like the typical expensive Hollywood animation production. This looks very French.
Wow. That was 2012 they made this.
I think he liked the mood because it was more adult, more lighting with flares and haze and something more.
The lighting is
like
really
live
cool.
action.
The lighting and even like the shading and everything. You can see how this is how the gears start turning for them to want to be like, hey, we want to work with you to make this show.
Fun movie.
Because look at it.
Fortiche from the very beginning had this very.
I mean, they're already mixing 2D and 3D.
Camera, making you feel like there's a person filming whatever's happening.
Yeah.
There was an imperfection that could only be human in how it moved and how it felt.
So cool.
I know.
To be fair, the first answer when I went to the right leadership was like, I think we should make a TV show about our characters that is the highest budget ever spent on an animated series. It's going to be great. First answer was, no, get out of the office.
That was like oh crap. Like Christian has showed up with those like bold ideas and bold asks before, but this one was such a leap from sort of music video to like full animated show. It's so unbelievably daunting. And in the back of my mind, I'm just going, how am I going to talk Christian out of this? Like, how am I going to help him realize that like we're jumping the shark here?
And then I came back and said, okay, give me like $2,000. And they're like, okay, fine. And so we just started, doing some concept art.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Dude,
like,
she got a
he
cloak.
Really stood up for his idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that does look cool.
Because he knew he had something.
Is that coming?
Right? Because he knew he had, and even in like the early concept, she got her pants right here, her X right here, and everything.
Her boots,
her face thingies that she likes to draw on things like her weapons, her boots, and even her hairstyle.
Yeah.
But what's so cool about it is like he really believed in it, like you mentioned, and he didn't want to give up on it.
Yeah.
Most people
if he
will.
hadn't been like. Oh, the higher ups, the founders of the company tried to talk me out of this. Let me just drop it. And
but he's like, no.
Yeah.
Because he knew it's something special.
Yeah.
Especially with Fortiche. Like, come on, dude.
It was like, okay, this looks really cool, right? Yeah, this looks pretty cool.
I thought it was a great idea, but I also knew how difficult it was to pull something like this off. We have something called the video game curse, which is very few games have adapted into film and television well.
One of the things that's really true that I think every creative can relate to is a lot of great creative ideas, they're fragile. They start off as a dream and an idea and a vision, and they haven't been fleshed out necessarily.
Okay, it was a little bit more. Now we can explore some 3D models and everything. Like $5,000. They're like, okay. And
I don't remember getting any of this money.
Anyway, not to linger on this very unimportant.
You got $2,000.
All right, this is our first behind the scenes in the writer's room. Alex, what year is it?
1922.
While we were developing the story, we also started working with Fortiche on these little spikes, of like, hey, what would it look like if Vi was just in her apartment in Piltover, and she's like venting about how Powder, her little sister, is just always messing up. You know, it was just a test of like, hey, like, can we even do animation where acting feels good?
Yay!
Was run, Powder.
Ooh.
Spend a bunch of time preparing you for this.
Wow.
You and I.
In the back of
I'm
my
like
mind,
totally
I
geeking
was
out
like,
right
yeah.
now.
I
We
kinda
got
hope
it, Vi.
this loses steam.
We got an early concept by
because
animated,
early
and that
this
looks
is
really good
so
for
unbelievably
like
ambitious.
concept.
Like, I don't know how in the world we're gonna pull this off.
Like, look at her style. Like, she looks really cool.
Wow. Is that coming? For her costume?
Well, this is like very much her League of Legends.
Yeah, but
Vi.
I'm wondering if they're gonna adopt some of this into what Vi
She still
turns
has, and you know,
into.
she's got her airbrush. Her tattoo is my airbrush right here, but she's
Yeah.
got her tattoo right here. She's got
Yeah.
her tattoo right here.
Yeah.
And she's still got some of her piercings. She doesn't have
Yeah.
this one anymore, but she has these two still.
Yeah.
It's so, and she got her goggles. It's just so interesting that this is what they started off with when they were
Right.
trying to get their idea
But I'm
across.
still wondering if Vi's gonna turn more to
She
look
could.
like this in the future.
She could. We don't know.
Yeah.
Damn, that's just so good.
That's when I
Mm-hmm.
said, okay, could you give me like, I think it was like 65 grand or so.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, there it is.
Yeah, this is what you get for 65 grand.
Whoa!
Dude.
And there was this fight scene. It was sort of this animation test with Jace and Vi.
Oh!
Jason Vi's
Damn!
fight scene.
Girl!
Whoa.
It was so sick, just in terms of how the characters were expressed and how they came to life. Like all those little incremental tests they were just like, yeah, we need more of this.
Yeah.
That's all it took.
Yep.
And again, this is a concept. Even for them, this looks really good.
Yeah.
This is what you do with 65 grand?
Wow.
Yeah, punch him! Kick his ass!
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't
And that
mean
was
her
the
get
time when
but him.
I think they realized that I'm probably serious about this project.
Yeah.
I would hope so at this point.
Well, I mean, you have concept art now for characters, for environments. You have
Dude.
3D models, you have animation test, you have material that we've had developed for the pilot.
Damn.
I was like, are we gonna do this or not?
This is so cool.
Yeah.
Yes! Bye-bye! Just for
We
the
may
record,
be biased.
biased? Just for the record, I don't dislike Jace, but I do want Vi to win.
Yeah.
I sort of think about
Team
it as
Vi.
like, oftentimes not knowing what we're getting into was an advantage, because I think if we did know, we would have said, "There's no way."
I mean, animation tests, it was beautiful, right? But it was just a small snippet of what the full series would be, and there were so many questions about, like, oh, what is the full story?
To me, the stakes are really high because we want to be respectful of players' time and
There's the Riot Game CEO.
Wow.
for sure.
Whoa! Okay, we got some Caitlyn concepts over here.
Interesting, her different hairstyle,
Her different face,
faces.
her different eyes.
The costume looks
The
pretty
costume
much the
is
same.
pretty much the same. It looks what the main focus
It's the
was.
white.
Was her like hairstyle, hair color, her face structure, her eyes, and everything like that. Yeah.
Sure, much rather not do a show than releasing something that's just okay.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh! Look at him.
His little anger face.
Yeah.
If anyone among Riot's leadership necessarily thought that we would definitely be able to.
Oh, the different Jaces. Wait, no. Is that Silco? The one on the end kind of reminds me a bit of Silco.
Yeah. I think it looks more like Silco.
Oh yeah, that's Silco.
do it. But I think they all understood that we just had to.
Oh, that's that Mel? Wow.
Interesting.
Look at Mel. I just like all of these. These are all just really pretty to
We
look
have
at.
them all.
And yeah, right? And she has, and you know, I don't know if she has this on her final, because I don't know if we get to see much of her legs because her dress is so long. But
Right.
it's possible that she does have this, like, metal armor-like stuff on her legs, too.
True.
This is such a cute little hairstyle, too. But I like all of them.
Yeah.
I think they're all very well done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see if there's one that's, like, the closest to she is now. I guess this one would kind of be because her hair's up, but yeah.
Mhm.
And these different, and she's holding some alcohol.
Yeah.
Try, you know. I mean, like this was a bet. It was a risky bet.
Oh, wow, there's little powder with a braid.
Yeah.
That would have been very interesting.
It would have been.
And brown
I
eyes.
have to at some point make that bet, you know. Otherwise, it's only gonna be ever.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Fortiche was 5 people, so we had to build a studio of now 2.
I'm sorry. Fortiche was 5 people?
Wow.
They made that with 5 people?
Apparently so.
Okay!
Is this why it took 6 years?
Which is like...
Probably.
I'm sure it's part of the equation, yeah. The fact that they had no idea what they were doing, and...
At that point, Fortiche had produced 2, 3, 4-minute music videos.
Le pari pour Christian et Riot, c'était est-ce qu'on était capable de sortir 5 heures, 6 heures de film. Et non plus, on savait pas.
When I met Christian, I remember him talking about the character arcs and what's gonna happen in that episode, and I've already that in mind, and it's gonna be like so emotional. And I was like, dude, you're crazy. We haven't even started the first minute of the show.
But that's how it gets, right? So when you're starting to create something, and you probably have had this, especially with your cosplays, you already want to make another one, or you're not currently finished with the first thing.
Oh, yeah.
But you have that mindset of like, okay, this is what I want to do. I haven't even started yet, but this is what I want, right? And then I know what I want ahead of time. Like for story creators, like character creators of that stuff, we're just like, okay, yeah, we want this, but this is not done yet. That's okay. We still want to let you know this is in the future. You know,
yeah.
You get scattered kind of
because
you get so excited.
Realizing what he was getting into. But,
I'm sorry, I can't get over that there was only 5 people working for Fortiche.
Right.
And they made those music videos. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's incredible.
I think he was a fool.
No.
But the excitement he had when he was talking about the show made the difference to me.
Wow.
Even when there are a lot of question marks and obvious concerns, and on paper...
Dude, check this out!
Yeah.
You got Vi, Decade, a lot of Claggers, Singed.
Or there's 2 Claggers. Maybe he was supposed to be twins.
Maybe. There's Marcus. There's Powder.
It's not supposed to
They're all walking. Oh, there's 2 Vi's. Never mind.
Okay, there's more.
Yeah.
Work because the experiences,
the different animations of the walking and the running.
That's when that's precisely when it's worth jumping into the deep end of the pool and learning how to swim.
There's a
Buddha. J'ai peur pendant le test que finalement quand on a commencé à faire le pilote. C'est là où on a pu mettre tout ce qu'on avait un peu en nous, toutes nos références.
Wow, the different style of Victor. Yeah.
Où il y a eu ce côté, le côté geek, grâce à Christian et Riot, quand on a vu qui nous laissait les clés.
Look at this here. Look at Powder. Thug rushes forward. Slugs by. Milo and Clagger react. Thugs take from behind. Vi stops punch. This is so cool. Yeah. This is like very roughing out your storyboard.
Just like the concept.
Against the concept. Oh wow! Pilot production began in fall of 2016. Oh, Vi!
Aww.
Color coordinating who's who. Dude!
Yeah, that's interesting, huh?
Yeah. Look at Powder.
Wow.
It went from that to this.
Amazing.
Wow.
Holy shit. That looks so cool.
Fortiche attracts France's top animators to join the project. They expand from a team of 30 people to 100. Okay.
Okay,
wow.
There you go.
There we go.
That makes sense.
Oh, the song's gonna be chills.
That ending for that episode, just like,
yeah, and look at, and you get to really appreciate it when it's like in slow motion like this, because you get to see they built all of these assets right here. You've got this, like, it's kind of like a little blur to it, but you see that there's a gate right here, or fence right here with like this interesting symbol. The moon is gorgeous. There's not a lot of stars in the sky, but it's just such a beautiful scene. You got the airships over here and everything. 10 months are spent animating the first episode.
Holy shit.
10 months.
10 months.
Damn.
Wow. I could see that though.
Oh, absolutely. You've got people that originally had Fortitia's team of 5. You've got Riot was no idea what they're doing. They're just like making like games. Fortitia makes like short music videos, and they're like, hey, we're gonna make an actual series, but we're not making like a live action series or an animated cartoon series. We're making a 3D series, and they have no background in this per se.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's no wonder they took the long you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you can do anything you put your mind to, no matter how long it takes. We got some silk going there.
Basically, we had the pilot, wrapped up more or less. And now was the time to start working on the rest of this.
And see, even this is 2D.
Wow.
So you have the water that has like the very like 3D feel, and you got these 2D. They do it so wonderfully.
We had an entire arc for the first season, filled with moments, lots of art, lots of exploration, different locations, different characters. And we were already feeling the pressure of the sort of pipeline rolling.
These episodes take a tremendous amount of time to animate, and once the episode is in various stages of animation, changes are possible, but any change is tremendously disruptive in terms of the amount of time and resources it takes to so you're kind of locked in.
Yeah, yeah, he's not wrong about that, because unlike like live action, where it is costly to redo shoots, like if they want to change any of these assets, yes, they are digital. However, that's like a domino effect kind of. It could just disrupt the whole entire thing, and it's just kind of crazy.
Okay.
So yeah, at some point, there was a meeting on my calendar, and I went to Brian's office, and there was like a bunch of people in there.
He basically he called me and told me like, hey, I just talked to Brandon and like everyone.
It was basically like an intervention meeting.
Oh jeez.
Speaking of intervention,
right?
Let's
get the feeling, the tense
that's
feeling.
what we do for everything, even in game. If we're like on the cusp of launching and we think it's not right, like we'll stop, we'll hold, we'll pivot, we'll cancel.
Wow.
Perhaps it's time I cut my losses.
Oh wow, Silco. Oh wait, no, it's not Silco.
I think with everything creatively.
Was it Silco?
I'm not sure.
Where's it Deckard?
Hold, we'll pivot, we'll cancel.
Perhaps it's time.
Oh, it's Silco.
Oh yeah, because he has
I
that
think
weird
with
eye
everything
too.
creatively, you're always kind of waiting for that hammer to fall. We wanted to make sure the story that players got lived up to their expectations. If we couldn't do that, then we shouldn't do that.
The consensus was, you don't have the story yet, and it's not going to work,
Choo!
Wow. It's kind of really unbelievable how many roadblocks they came up against. And to me, like, all the time, like, from the beginning, when I found out it took them 6 years to make this show, I was like, that's so inspiring. They weren't just like, okay, like, here's a show, it's all tidy, we're gonna make it. They were like, okay, this is gonna take a lot of work, a lot of figuring out, and we're gonna do what it takes to make it happen. And so seeing all the times that they had roadblocks, it's like, think about goals that you have in your life.
Yeah.
And, like, what happens when you come up against a roadblock? You know what I mean? Like, you can choose to give up. You can choose to try something different. You can choose to keep going. Like, they kept going.
Especially after, like, taking 10 months to do the pilot.
Yeah.
You spent all this time on this project that is your baby, and you go in a meeting with all these people, and they're just like, yeah, we just can't do this.
It's so inspiring.
It really is.
Like, they went through all this and they still made freaking Arcane.
But it makes sense because these are people that really are greenhorns in this. They don't really give like an idea, really,
but like have like so much.
But have so much passion, and they do have ideas. But at this stage of this production, they're just like, "Where's this going? We have no story, right? You got all these wonderfully animated characters. You got dialogue, what have you. Where's it going?
Yeah,
that's crazy. That after that, but it happens.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's where it ends. Cliffhanger! Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh, violin! And moving of Arcane.
freaking shit. Like, I just don't even, yeah. That, I'm so glad that we watched it. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna settle. It's almost midnight right now where we live at the time of filming this. And I'm like, how am I going to settle for bed? Like, I'm so excited.
I mean, it's just like,
so fun.
It's so amped up because you just have this wonderful story of these people that literally started from nothing, the ground up, and they're making this, like, wonderful masterpiece, and we're getting to see the inner workings of it. I don't even know if that short of when Vi was, like, you know, doing that thing, well, Powder's always not around, or whatever, like, you know, and the fight with Jace, if that's stuff that they've had and they were waiting for the show to show us, because that's really awesome. And it's just like, oh my gosh. And I think they did say it's gonna be 3 pata, or maybe it's a 5 pata. I don't know. It's single digit pata, but pats. I just, oh man, it's crazy to see. Just like, it's wonderful to see how much concept they went, though. They really just thought every little thing out, you know. And that's the beautiful thing about the planning process.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am excited to like see like when they decided to like. And we obviously know that Powder and Vi were going to be the main focal point. Like, when did they decide to add Caitlyn? When did they decide to add Vander? Where did they decide all the other characters that are not part of, you know? Well, technically, I guess Vander is Warwick.
Yeah.
You know, and Silco's not in the game at all, so it's like, you know, you have.
Yeah, like, where did he come from?
Yeah,
I'm hoping that they'll get more into like the character development.
I'm sure they
coming videos.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Anything else you're hoping to see? I really like these stories of just like finding out the background.
Yeah,
of, like,
I want more background.
What made this happen?
Yeah, I want to know, like, why they decided, because as we know, like, Piltover was just Piltover, why they decided the Undercity, where this, like, story, like, comes from, you know, did they use any source material elsewhere? We know that Jinx obviously has Joker mentality and other kinds of mentality, and we did a video about, like, what Arcane characters could be, like, other characters from other, like, shows and stuff and games and what have you. But, you know, they said that this all started with that drawing, with that girl, you know, and they made that music video, and then they were like, hey, we want to make a show!
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and it seems like Powder was created pretty early on with, like, early stages of Vi, so.
That's true.
I'm excited for more. I can't wait to see them dive more into the characters themselves, you know. It's really, really quite something. And even Mel's not in the game.
Oh.
You know, so you've got all these characters that aren't in the game, like, they just, like, made them for the show. You know, it's just like, whoo, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I love seeing it. It brings so many feels, because it's just, like, to see this just concept that people are like, you're crazy, we can't do this, like, you're aiming really high up there, and you give me $2,000, okay, give me $65,000, okay, you know, and it's just like, you really believe in something, you know. He went to the actual people that own the company, you know, didn't talk to anyone else before that.
Wow.
So he really believed in what he was doing, and as we know, Arcane is amazing. It's won so many awards. It's done so well. We got season 2 coming. You know, it's brought people that you and I mean, I'm a gamer, but I've never really been a League person. You know, so it brings people that aren't into that.
Me who isn't a gamer.
Yeah, and it brings us like into this space. You know, like you mentioned before, you weren't sure if you were gonna like it or not.
Yeah.
So. But they mentioned the curse. The curse is that most video game adaptions do not do well when they become shows, movies, what have you. There's really Final Fantasy Spirits Within is a great movie. Just get rid of Final Fantasy because it's got nothing to do with Final Fantasy except for the one character that's always in Final Fantasy named Sid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think I saw this. Did you see the Tomb Raider movies?
Tomb Raider? Are you talking about the ones that had Angelina Jolie?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. You didn't see them?
I don't.
I thought they were freaking amazing.
So those might be exception to the video game curse, but most of them don't do that well.
Okay.
So
and then even the one they made after Angelina Jolie, they made another movie.
I heard they're gonna make another Tomb Raider.
It was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the Evan Children movie you saw with me, the Final Fantasy VII one at the Geek Easy, that was really, really well done.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I didn't like sit down and watch it, but I kind of saw it on.
You got to see Tifa. Yeah, this is a really good miniseries. I'm glad they're doing this. It does kind of stop the Arcane drought for a bit because we get to see the behind the inner workings. Because, like I said, season 2's not coming out till 2023, maybe.
Yep, that's true.
At least it won't take 6 years.
Yeah, there's that. But in the meantime, we get to keep rewatching the original.
Yep.
And make videos about
it. And like I said, there's the game Echo that's coming out. It's going to be about him, so that should be pretty interesting to see.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see where they're going to go next with it. I like the first episode, and I really like how they're just being honest. Like, hey, listen, it was just a couple of us guys and then 5 people from Fortiche that made a couple music videos, and we want to make a show.
Yeah.
If you were CEO of a company and you had somebody that had this big dream but not a lot of resources, would you give him a chance?
I don't know. Hard to say. Would you?
Yeah.
You believe in the little guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, like, look at this. And you just don't know till you try. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
That's true.
You know, so.
Yeah.
But anyway, let us know what you think of the first episode of this wonderful, wonderful series in the comments down below. And do you have a favorite part or something that you're looking forward to? We'd love to hear it.
Yes. And thanks so much for watching. We'd love to stay in touch with you, so please subscribe if you haven't already. And we look forward to connecting with you all again soon. We will be sending so much love. Till next time.
Laters!